I'm out of here, I muttered, tossing the last box into my beat-up Honda. 20 years old and ready to flip off the rents. Time to see what life's really about. Cruising down the highway, wind in my hair, I cranked up the radio. Freedom, baby. My phone buzzed. Girlfriend. Hey babe, found a place yet? Me. Yeah, just signed the lease. Got a roommate too. Some stylist dude named Oliver. Girlfriend. Oliver? Sounds fancy. He cute? She teased. I rolled my eyes. How the hell should I know? Barely saw the guy. Works all the time. Apparently. Girlfriend. Well, don't go falling for him now. She laughed. Haha, you're hilarious. I deadpanned. Gotta go. Almost there. I pulled up to my new building. Swanky place. Way nicer than I expected. Maybe this adulting thing wouldn't be so bad after all. As I lugged my stuff upstairs, a whirlwind of colorful fabric nearly knocked me over. Oh, sorry. A tall, stylish guy steadied me. You must be the new roomie. Oliver. Gotta run. Big client waiting. Make yourself at home. And just like that, he was gone. Well, guess that answers the when will I see my roommate question. This was going to be interesting. Weeks flew by. Oliver was like a ghost. I'd catch glimpses of him rushing out. Always on the move. Meanwhile, I was stuck in a cycle. Work. Sleep. Repeat. One night, sprawled on the couch, my phone buzzed again. Girlfriend. Hey stranger. Remember me? I sighed, thumbs hovering over the keyboard. What could I say? Sorry, babe. Been busy adulting. Miss you. I typed back lamely. 3 dots appeared, then disappeared. Then, do you really? I could feel the fight coming. Me. Of course I do. Just swamped with work. Her. You're always swamped with work. I'm only 20 minutes away. You know. I ran a hand through my hair. Frustrated. What do you want from me? I'm trying to make it on my own here. Her. I want my boyfriend back. The door clicked open. Oliver breezed in, took one look at my face, and mouthed, You okay? I shook my head, gesturing at the phone. He gave me a sympathetic grimace and headed to his room. I turned back to my phone. 3 more messages, each angrier than the last. Look, I typed. Can we talk about this tomorrow? I'm beat. Her. Whatever. I tossed the phone aside. Feeling like crap. This independent life thing was harder than I thought. And my relationship was hanging by a thread. As if reading my mind, Oliver's voice floated from his room. Trouble in paradise? You have no idea. I called back, staring at the ceiling. Little did I know, things were about to get a whole lot more complicated. The next morning, I woke to my phone buzzing like a pissed-off hornet. Squinting at the screen, my stomach dropped. Her. We need to talk. This isn't working. I knew it was coming. But still, dragging myself out of bed, I felt like death warmed over. In the kitchen, Oliver was brewing coffee, looking annoyingly fresh. Morning, sunshine, he chirped. You look like hell. Feel like it too. I grunted, reaching for a mug. Think my girlfriend's about to dump me. He winced. Ouch. That's rough. Man. I was about to respond when my phone pinged again. My heart sank as I read the message. Her. It's done. I stared at the screen. My voice hollow. She just broke up with me. Over text. Oliver's eyebrows shot up. Seriously? That's cold. I slumped into a chair, running a hand over my face. Yeah, well, guess that's what I get for being a shitty boyfriend. Hey, don't be so hard on yourself, Oliver said, sliding a steaming mug toward me. Relationships are tough, especially long distance. I took a sip, the bitter coffee matching my mood. Thanks, man. I don't know. We were friends for so long before dating. Now I've lost both a girlfriend and a friend. Oliver leaned against the counter, studying me. You know what you need? A night out. Forget about her. Forget about work. Just let loose. I snorted. Yeah, right. With what friends? You're literally the only person I know in this city. A slow grin spread across Oliver's face. Well, lucky for you, I happen to be an excellent wingman. What do you say? Tonight, we paint the town red. I hesitated, then thought, what do I have to lose? You're on, I said. managing a weak smile. Little did I know, that night would change everything. Oliver dragged me to some trendy bar downtown. The music was too loud. The drinks too expensive, but I needed this. 2 shots of tequila, Oliver shouted over the noise. Let's get this pity party started. I knocked back the shot, wincing at the burn. Christ, that's awful. Oliver laughed, clapping me on the back. That's the point, my friend. Come on, another. 3 shots later, the world was pleasantly fuzzy. Oliver was in the middle of some story about a client when, gesturing wildly, he adopted a high-pitched voice. But darling, I simply can't wear last season's colors. I burst into laughter, nearly doubling over. Man, I gasped, wiping tears from my eyes. Your job sounds insane. Oh, it is. He grinned. But I love it. What about you? Still hating the 9-to-5 grind? I shrugged, the buzz wearing off just enough for reality to creep back in. It's all right, just not what I expected. You know? Oliver's smile softened. Yeah, I get that. Life rarely is. We fell into a comfortable silence, nursing our drinks. Then Oliver spoke up again. Hey, can I ask you something? Why'd you really break up with your girl? I blinked, caught off guard. She broke up with me. Remember? He rolled his eyes. Come on, man. It takes 2 to tango. What really happened? Maybe it was the alcohol. Maybe it was Oliver's weirdly comforting presence. But suddenly, I found myself spilling my guts. I don't know, man. I thought I loved her. You know? But then I moved here. And it's like, I became a different person. And she just didn't fit anymore. Oliver nodded, his eyes never leaving mine. And now? He asked. I swallowed hard. Now I'm not sure of anything. Something shifted in the air between us. Oliver leaned in closer, his voice low. Maybe that's not such a bad thing. He murmured. My heart started racing, and I wasn't sure if it was the booze or something else. Yeah, I breathed. Yeah, he smiled. Sometimes you gotta get lost to find yourself. Right? As I stared into Oliver's eyes, a strange thought hit me. Maybe, just maybe, I was already starting to find myself. And it scared the hell out of me. The hangover the next morning was brutal. But something had changed. Oliver and I started hanging out more, like, a lot more. One night, sprawled on the couch, Oliver nudged me with his foot. Hey, pass the popcorn. I tossed him the bowl. You know, for a stylist, you eat like a pig. He grinned, a kernel stuck in his teeth. All part of my charm. Darling, I snorted, trying to ignore the weird flutter in my stomach when he called me that. So, he said, turning to face me, any luck on the dating scene? I shrugged, suddenly uncomfortable. Nah, not really looking. Really? He raised an eyebrow. Mister, I had a girlfriend for years, isn't interested in getting back out there? I don't know, man. It's just, I trailed off, not sure how to explain the confusion swirling in my head. Oliver's voice softened. Hey, it's cool, no pressure. You'll figure it out when you're ready. I nodded, grateful for his understanding. We fell into another easy silence, the TV droning in the background. After a while, Oliver spoke up again. You know, I had a boyfriend once who looked a bit like you. I nearly choked on my beer. Boyfriend? He laughed at my reaction. Yes, boyfriend. I'm gay. Remember? Thought that was obvious. I guess I never really thought about it. I stammered, feeling my face heat up. Oliver studied me for a moment, a strange look in his eyes. Well, now you know, he said, softly. I nodded, not trusting myself to speak. My mind was racing. Why did this information make me feel so weird? As if reading my thoughts. Oliver reached out and squeezed my shoulder. Hey, don't overthink it. I'm still just me, okay? Yeah, I managed, offering a weak smile. Of course. But as we turned back to the movie, I couldn't shake the feeling that something fundamental had shifted. And I wasn't sure if I was ready for what that might mean. Weeks passed, and Oliver and I fell into a comfortable routine, movie nights. Shared dinners, lazy Sundays nursing hangovers. It was nice, really nice. Then, one Friday night, everything changed. I was sprawled on the couch, half watching some shitty reality show, when I heard keys in the lock. Oliver stumbled in, giggling, with some guy practically attached to his lips. Oh, Oliver pulled away, flushed. Sorry, didn't think you'd be home. I sat up, suddenly feeling like I'd been punched in the gut. No worries, I managed, my voice sounding strange even to my own ears. The guy, tall, dark, and annoyingly handsome, gave me a once-over. This your roommate? He asked. Yeah, this is. Oliver trailed off, looking flustered. I'm just leaving, I muttered, grabbing my jacket. Don't let me interrupt. I brushed past them, ignoring Oliver's confused. Hey, wait. Outside, the cool night air hit me like a slap. What the hell was wrong with me? Oliver was free to hook up with whoever he wanted. So why did I feel like I was going to be sick? I wandered the streets for hours, my mind a mess. When I finally dragged myself home, the apartment was quiet, thank God. But as I passed Oliver's room, I heard noises, unmistakable noises. Something inside me snapped. I slammed into my room, cranked up my music to drown out the sounds, and tried to ignore the burning in my chest. The next morning, I woke to the smell of coffee and bacon. Oliver was in the kitchen, looking annoyingly chipper. Morning, he chirped. Made breakfast. You okay? You looked upset last night. I grunted, avoiding his eyes. I'm fine, just tired. Oliver frowned, studying me. You sure? Because I said I'm fine. I snapped. Drop it, okay? Hurt flashed across his face, and I immediately felt like an ass. But I couldn't deal with this. With him, with whatever the hell I was feeling. As I retreated to my room, bacon untouched, I heard Oliver sigh. Okay, he said softly, whenever you're ready to talk. I'm here. I closed my door, leaning against it. What the hell was happening to me? The tension between Oliver and me was thick enough to cut with a knife. I avoided him like the plague, making excuses to stay out late or hole up in my room. One night, I couldn't take it anymore. I grabbed my phone and called Dean, my oldest friend. Yo, what's up, man? Dean's voice came through the speaker. Long time no hear. I took a deep breath. Dean, I think I'm losing my mind. Whoa, slow down. What's going on? And I spilled everything, the growing closeness with Oliver, the night he brought someone home, the jealousy, the confusion, and now I can't even look at him without feeling like I'm going to explode. I finished, running a hand through my hair. There was a long pause. Then Dean spoke, his voice gentle. Dude, you know what this sounds like, right? My stomach dropped. No, don't say it. I think you might have feelings for Oliver. Fuck off. I snapped. I'm not. I don't. Hey, it's okay. Dean cut in. Sexuality isn't always black and white. You know. I slumped against the wall, feeling drained. But I've never. I mean, I liked girls. I had a girlfriend. And now you like a guy. It happens. Man, it's not the end of the world. I closed my eyes, letting his words sink in. What do I do, Dean? Talk to him. Dean said firmly. You can't keep avoiding this. Or him. After we hung up, I sat on my bed, my mind racing. Dean was right. I had to face this head on. I stood up, took a deep breath, and opened my door. Oliver was in the living room, sketching something. He looked up as I approached, surprise and wariness in his eyes. Hey, I said, my voice shaky. Can we talk? Oliver put down his sketchpad, giving me his full attention. Of course. What's on your mind? I sat down across from him, my heart pounding. This was it. No turning back now. I swallowed hard. I think I might have feelings for you. The words hung in the air between us, heavy with implication. Oliver's eyes widened, and I braced myself for his response. He stared at me, his mouth slightly open. You, what? I felt my face burning. I have feelings for you. I repeated, my voice barely above a whisper. I don't know how or when it happened, but, yeah. Oliver leaned back, running a hand through his hair. Wow, I didn't expect that. My heart sank. Look, if you don't feel the same way, it's cool. I needed to tell you. No, it's not that, Oliver said quickly. He leaned forward, his eyes intense. Are you sure? I mean, you've never been with a guy before, right? I nodded, feeling exposed. I know it's all new to me. But these feelings, they're real. Oliver. He reached out, hesitating for a moment before taking my hand. The touch sent electricity through my body. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't thought about it. Oliver admitted softly, but I didn't want to push you. I know you've been going through a lot. I squeezed his hand, emboldened. So, what now? Oliver smiled, a mix of excitement and nervousness in his eyes. Now, we take it slow, figure this out together, if that's what you want. Yeah, I breathed, relief washing over me. Yeah, that's what I want. He leaned in, his face inches from mine. Can I kiss you? Instead of answering, I closed the gap between us. His lips were soft, nothing like I'd imagined. And I'd imagined it a lot lately. It was tentative at first, then deeper, more urgent. When we finally pulled apart, we were both breathless. Wow, I mumbled, feeling dazed. Oliver chuckled, resting his forehead against mine. Yeah, wow. We spent the rest of the night talking, really talking. About our fears, our hopes, what this meant for us. It was terrifying and exhilarating all at once. As the first light of dawn crept through the window, I realized something. Maybe, just maybe, I wasn't so lost after all. Through the window, the first light of dawn crept in. Oliver yawned. We should probably get some sleep. I nodded, suddenly nervous again. Yeah, probably. He stood up, then offered his hand. Stay with me tonight. I took his hand, letting him lead me to his room. As we curled up together, his arms around me, I felt a peace I hadn't known in months. Whatever came next, we'd face it together. The next few weeks were a whirlwind. Oliver and I were like teenagers, stealing kisses in the kitchen, holding hands under the table, unable to keep our hands off each other. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. One night, things were getting heated on the couch. Oliver's hand slipped under my shirt, and I froze. You okay? He murmured against my neck. Yeah, I pulled back. Flustered. This is all new to me. You know? Oliver sat up, concern in his eyes. We don't have to do anything you're not ready for. I groaned, frustrated with myself. It's not that I don't want to. I do. I'm just scared, I guess. He took my hand, his thumb tracing soft circles on my palm. Talk to me. What are you afraid of? I couldn't meet his eyes. What if I'm not good at it? What if I can't? You know. Hey. Oliver's voice was soft as he tilted my chin up. There's no rush, okay? We'll figure it out together. At your pace. Relief washed over me. Thanks. I mumbled, leaning in to kiss him. As the days passed, we explored this new territory together. Oliver was patient, guiding me through each new experience with care and humor. One morning, I woke up in Oliver's bed. His arm draped over me. Sunlight streamed through the window, highlighting the sharp angles of his face, the soft curve of his lips. My breath caught in my throat. He was beautiful. Stop staring, creep, he mumbled, eyes still closed. I laughed, poking his side. Make me. He cracked one eye open, a mischievous grin spreading across his face. Oh, it's on. What followed was a playful wrestling match that ended with both of us breathless and laughing. As we lay there, tangled in the sheets, Oliver turned to me, his expression serious. You know, he said, voice quiet, I'm falling for you, hard. My heart skipped a beat. Yeah? He nodded, vulnerability shining in his eyes. Yeah, and it scares the shit out of me. I pulled him close, kissing him deeply. Me too, I whispered against his lips. But I wouldn't have it any other way. As we lay there, limbs intertwined, I realized something. This, right here, felt more right than anything ever had before. A year flew by in a blur of laughter, arguments, makeups, and countless moments that made my heart swell. Before I knew it, our anniversary was upon us. We should do something special, Oliver mused one morning, tracing patterns on my bare chest. I grinned, pulling him closer. What? This isn't special enough for you? He swatted my arm playfully. You know what I mean. Smartass. It's been a year, we should celebrate. So we planned a night in. I cooked, or tried to, while Oliver transformed our living room into a romantic oasis. Fairy lights, candles, the works. Shit, I muttered, coughing as smoke billowed from the oven. So much for my gourmet meal. Oliver laughed, wrapping his arms around me from behind. It's the thought that counts. Babe, we'll order in later. Stuffed with takeout and tipsy on cheap wine. We exchanged gifts. I handed Oliver a small, neatly wrapped bee. Holy shit, he gasped, opening it to reveal the watch he'd been eyeing for months. He looked up at me, stunned. How did you? I shrugged, trying to play it cool. Save. His eyes glistened as he slipped it on. I love it, thank you. Then he handed me a book-shaped package. I tore it open, my jaw dropping when I saw the rare first edition I'd been hunting for ages. Oliver, this is amazing. He beamed, clearly pleased with himself. Glad you like it, but there's something else I want to give you. I raised an eyebrow, intrigued. Oh yeah? He took a deep breath, suddenly looking nervous. This past year has been incredible. You've changed my life in ways I never imagined. And I'm not good at this. My heart raced as I realized where this was going. I love you, Oliver blurted out. I'm in love with you. Completely, utterly, head over heels. For a moment, I couldn't speak. Then, without hesitation, I pulled him into a fierce kiss, pouring every ounce of emotion into it. When we finally came up for air, I rested my forehead against his. I love you too, I whispered. God, I love you so much. Oliver's smile could have lit up the whole city. Yeah, he murmured. I nodded, feeling like my heart might burst. Yeah, you rekindled something in me, Allie, something I didn't even know was there. As we fell into each other's arms, I marveled at how far we'd come, from strangers to roommates. To friends, to lovers. It hadn't been easy, but it had been worth it. And this was just the beginning of our story. I couldn't wait to see where it would take us next.